Episode 2, The Man with No Friends. How are you a good friend? Today our story comes from the Jesus Storybook Bible, The Man with No Friends. Now there was a little man named Zacchaeus. He was a tax collector. People didn't like him because tax collectors not only took the money they were supposed to for the government, but they took extra money and stole. So people weren't able to afford things they needed, like groceries or their house. Now one day, Zacchaeus, who again was not well liked, when people saw him on the street, they would cross and go to the other side. While he was on the street that day, he heard from some people passing by that Jesus was coming. Now, Jesus was well known as the man who could do miracles and who knew God and was a great teacher. So Zacchaeus knew he had to meet him because he didn't like where his life was. So when Zacchaeus went to go see Jesus, there were so many people he couldn't see them since he was so small. He climbed a tree. There was a sycamore right behind them. And when he climbed it, you wouldn't believe it, but Jesus stopped where he was sitting and looked up and said, "Zacchaeus, I'm coming to your home today." Zacchaeus was so surprised, and people were angry because they didn't like Zacchaeus. Why would Jesus want to go to his house to eat? That was a really big thing back then. So when they went to Zacchaeus' house, Zacchaeus and Jesus talked about his life. Zacchaeus and him talked about how he took money from people that he wasn't supposed to and how he was so sorry. And Jesus said, "I love you, but, part of this relationship with God is changing." And so Zacchaeus said, "I'm so sorry for taking money. And you know what? I'm going to give people back their money 2 times what I stole. That way I can right what I've wronged because I know I've made a bad choice." You see, Jesus, he loves those that we don't like. He loves the people that are easy to hate, easy to forget, and easy to not see. Like Zacchaeus. He loves Zacchaeus because Zacchaeus knew he needed to change. His heart was ready to be different because of Jesus. And Jesus loves you, and he loves all of us, and he wants us to be open to change. He wants us to believe that the things we thought we could never do, like stopping something that we're doing, he can stop. Because Jesus, who he is, changes everything. He forgives us. He has mercy. He gives us grace for things we don't deserve. He has a never-ending love for you and for me and for everyone. And Jesus is going to be with us forever. And he calls us and he wants us to forever live with him. And so he forever loves us. So think about that as we go through the rest of this time. For our reflection today, draw one tree. In the top of the tree, write or draw one way we can change for God, like Zacchaeus gave back money because he loved Jesus.